and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I start with anything, I just want to say thank you to every single person who watched my previous video and responded to me with kindness and positivity. So everyone knows my major objective for this YouTube channel and my blog is for people to hear what I have to say, to read what I have to say, and change something about their life. And I'm not saying that you have to make drastic changes. I'm just saying I want you to start to realize your self-worth. I want you to start making changes so you can live a lifestyle that is guided by self-love, because only then will you discover what it means to be truly and genuinely happy. I care about changing the world. And even if that just means one person's life changes because of what I have to say, that's more than good enough for me. Finding self-love can change their life in so many ways that I know how impactful and meaningful it is. I really hope that anyone watching this takes what I have to say to heart, that they understand that I'm not trying to shove fitness down your throat or tell you that you have to be healthy, but I do want to tell you that it will lead to a better lifestyle. I never really got a chance to introduce myself or to give a little bit of information on who I am because I wanted my first video to be like a foundation for what my YouTube channel was going to essentially be about. So I'm Sydney Che. I am 20 years old, a junior promotional communication major at a university in Cleveland, and I'm a Division I softball player. Basically, my fitness journey started about a little less than a year and a half ago, and it was because finished my freshman year of college, and it just was not good for me. When I say it was potentially the worst year of my life, I mean it. And there's been a lot of years where it's like, I wouldn't really choose to go back there, but to say it was the worst year of my life, I wouldn't really compare it to my freshman year of college. I didn't get along with a lot of people. I projected self-pity and hate. I was incredibly negative and I cried all the time, and people just really did not want to be around me. And I had become friends with people that really weren't conducive to a good lifestyle. So when I transferred, it was good in the sense that I was giving myself a new beginning. I wanted to get away from those people, to give myself a chance to start new relationships, to believe in myself and set a new tone for who I am and what kind of person I was going to choose to be. But along with transferring came the uncertainty of whether or not I would ever play softball again. In about November, December of 2013, which was the beginning of my freshman year, I had hurt my right shoulder, which is my throwing shoulder for softball, and I was out for a really long time. And because I lacked any kind of true dedication and work ethic, I stayed hurt until May, when I was completely cleared to do anything. Well, I was playing softball at the time at my old university and decided to transfer, which means no longer having a spot on a team, because I couldn't prove to a coach, let alone a Division I coach, that I was going to be good enough if I hadn't played in 8 months by the time that I would go to tryouts. So I started telling myself like I was going to get it together, I was going to start to be healthy, and I was going to do good things for myself. And in the beginning, it just wasn't going well. I remember a point arguing with my sister, who is my absolute best friend and my biggest supporter and motivator. She's my role model and I love her to death, but I was arguing with her in public, which is something we did not do. Argue, yes, we're sisters, it's just how it works, but we would not argue in public, and I was arguing with her in public and finding a way to blame it on her. And I actually ended up throwing my softball helmet at her and being so belligerent and upset about that. And that was that moment when I realized I really, really needed to make a change, because I didn't know why I wasn't happy and why I was picking fights with someone who meant the world to me and doing things that she shouldn't forgive me for, which she always did and she always does, like within 5 minutes afterwards, because she's just that amazing of a person. Anyways, so I started kind of like looking up on YouTube and Instagram, like different kind of workouts that I could be doing. And that is when I came across my dear friend Leah Perham. She is the CEO and founder of the Form Fit fraternity, which really is just a group of women who empower women. And she is just like a badass. Like, I don't know any other way to say it. Leah is 21 years old and she is a super mom. She has 2 beautiful children, a very loving husband, and did I mention she's absolutely jacked? Like, let me just pull up a picture of her really quickly, because it's really impossible to truly describe how much of a badass she is. I don't know if you can see this. This is Leah, and those are her huge muscles. And when I say she's nowhere close to where she wants to be, believe me, because that girl will never stop working, and it's amazing. And what I find even more amazing about that is she goes through so much in life, and she has moments of faltering motivation, but her faltering motivation is like a lot of people's motivation set on high. She's phenomenal, and she changed my life. On June 3rd, 2014, I came across her Instagram. And at this time, she was opening up a group to 4 people, I believe, at the time. And she wanted you to send in your story and why you need fitness in your life. And she was willing to train me online for free. So naturally, I reached out to her because I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was pushing almost 160 pounds. And for being an athlete my entire life, that was pretty big for me. Healthy. And I knew that if I wanted to walk on and try out to make this Division I softball team, that I would really have to pull myself together and do whatever it takes to be the best that I could be. So I reached out to her and I told her my story. I told her about my shoulder injury and my unhealthy relationship with food and how badly I wanted to make this softball team. And she didn't even hesitate to tell me that she would help me. So every single week for 3 months, Leah wrote out my workout plans. And she worked with me when I just didn't believe that I could do it, when I would like text her angrily because I was having a hard time following her workout plan, or when I didn't believe in myself, Leah was there. She always says, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. But for me, I knew how to drink. Like, I knew what I needed to do. I just didn't know how to get there. So thank the Lord that she led me there. And she doesn't like to take credit for the person that I am right now. And I totally understand that she's incredibly humble. But I do give her immense amount of credit because she was my confidence until I found my own. And I ended up losing 25 to 30 pounds within 3 months in the healthiest way I've ever done it. Hard work and discipline and eating clean and drinking 1 gallon to 2 gallons of water a day, like that really, let me tell you, it really, really makes big changes. Because once I started working out, I saw changes in every single aspect of my life. Like, I was willing to do more for school. I was willing to help around the house a little bit more. I can't even explain how happy I feel 98% of the time. And I say 98% of the time because I'm not perfect. There are days when I'm really sad and I'm really angry and I just am not having a good day. Like this past couple of weeks, I've cried every single day and I don't know why, but I think a lot of it has to do with like anxiety and pressure that I put on myself to be so great. But along with that, knowing that I love myself and feeling proud of myself every single day was enough to help me to understand that I would get through it. Like every single day I was on the phone with my mom. But sometimes that's not enough. And I'm not saying that family's not enough, because family is everything to me. But what I'm saying is you can't always rely on other people for your happiness, because some people aren't always going to be there. My family, yes, they'll always be there, but they can't always physically be here. You can't spell happiness without the I. You can't depend on something that you might lose. You have to find it within yourself, and then let other people add to your happiness and have them be the reason that your happiness shines through you. But you cannot depend on them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You cannot depend on other people for your happiness. So whatever it takes, I will beg you, I will urge you, figure it out. Because there are so many things in life that you can accomplish if you just find happiness. So with these 2 horrible weeks for me, I never questioned whether or not I would get through it. Because there was no doubt in my mind that I could overcome anything. And if that means seeing struggle every once in a while, like, I'm okay with that. Because my happiness, because who I am, is a product of the struggles that I have overcome in the past. I may not feel happy all day, every day, but I do at least feel happy at one point every single day of my life since I started my fitness journey. Because I have found through fitness that I can do so much, and so can you. Our bodies are capable of so many amazing things, and it would be a shame for us to grow up and grow old and go through life not knowing the potential that your body can reach. I don't know what it is about fitness. People can say I'm obsessed and crazy about it because I need to work out every single day. But what they don't understand is that fitness is what made me who I am. What they don't understand is that I am unwilling to be mediocre. What they don't understand is that I will not let someone tell me that I could have had something if I would have tried just a little bit harder. I grew up being told that there was always going to be someone out there working harder than me, and last summer I decided that I wasn't okay with it. I joined CrossFit this summer, I worked at a gym, and it was an amazing experience because not only did I find a new passion, your body is capable of so many amazing things that you can't even begin to imagine. So how does that translate into life, you might wonder? Well, for me, it says there is no can or can't. There is always a process in the middle. Maybe you can't do something right now, but if you stick to the process and you focus on the things that you can do that are in between, you will eventually get there. You can do anything that you put your mind to. If your heart wants it, your body can do it. It's your mind you have to convince. Ladies, gentlemen, whoever is watching right now, you can do anything. So I challenge you to try something new this week, to do something that you never thought that you could do before. I challenge you to try and be a better person today than you were yesterday. I challenge you to continue to work on yourself, to focus on yourself, to do things that you never thought you could do. Be selfish when it comes to your health, to the way you live your life. Because in the end of the day, you are what matters. Yes, you should focus on other people occasionally, and you should give and take, but you can't save someone else until you save yourself. And that's the biggest problem that I struggled with my entire life, is I was always trying to be everyone else's superhero. I was giving everyone else advice about things that I wouldn't listen to myself. But when I worked on myself and I realized that I was amazing and that I am beautiful and that I am strong and that I am allowed to be proud of who I am, I felt comfortable giving advice to everyone else around me because I did believe in them the same way that I believed in myself. I wasn't being hypocritical. I was just being me. More. Once again, my name is Sydney Che, and you can either subscribe to my website or follow me on Instagram. Thank you.